Real conversations, real lessons, no fluff. This is Tough Talk, the real side of sports. From high school to college, from the locker room to life, we're breaking down what it means to be disciplined, authentic, and mentally tough. Hosted by Michael Smith. Iron sharpens iron.
Yo, listen, welcome back to Tough Talk TV. Again, we've been away. I'm glad to be back. We've been away from the TV scenes for a minute. It's been, I don't even know how many months, but like I said, when life is lifing, you got to take a pause, and it's all good. But, you know, my man Joe knows we're going to get back, and I got some really good guests here. We got a really good topic that's been sitting on my mind for a long time. My time away, I've been thinking about a lot of stuff. So, but we can't get everything because we only got an hour. So we're going to try to stay on topic. But if it gets off, it's all good, man. Everybody knows what's up. Right. So I'm going to have my man introduce themselves. We got some really cool guys here today, and we're going to have some good tough talk. Possibly. All right, go ahead, Mark.
All right, my name is Mark Davis. I'm originally from Mississippi. I came here back in the early 90s. I was just say the early 90s, just not to give the number, to play basketball at NC State. Yeah. But I've been around the game my entire life, and throughout my years of just staying here in Raleigh, staying in the area, you know, I've been invested in a lot of kids and invested in their tutelage and their growth in the game of basketball. So, you know, I stay active. I coached Cap City Clutch for years, for about 6 years. Okay. Had a group of kids that were pretty decent. That included my son, which is what we're going to be talking about today. I know we're going to get back into that. But now I just spend my time, man, just primarily just teaching the youth, because we don't have enough good teachers. And I don't like to knock anybody's game. We just don't have enough good teachers of the game.
I know that. So, I always come back to Mark, man, when it comes to stuff. Like, I watched him teach. Even when he trained my son, I'm like, hey, Mark got some stuff with him, man. So I'm like, But, you know, we pull from each other. You know, we got some things we pull from each other, and sometimes, and we're going to talk about that, because when it's coming from dad, sometimes it sounds like a punishment. So
that's how we met.
You got to switch it.
I'm observing him when his son's little. I'm like, that's what I want. That's where I want to go. So we're going to switch it up. But
let my man introduce himself, and then we're going to go a little bit about yourself, who your son is, and then we could go from there.
All right, bet. Rod Edwards, coach at Greenfield School in Wilson, North Carolina.
Yes, sir.
My son is Kobe Edwards and Nick Edwards. I coached Nick all the way up from the time he started to the time he graduated, and he went on to Roanoke. And with Kobe, I coached him from a JIT all the way up until 8th grade. When he got to 8th grade, I started letting everybody, because he was a little bit different.
So you let somebody else get him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Like, so, and that's it. But now, when I say that, I'm saying in the summer.
Gotcha.
High school, I coached him, assistant coach at Greenfield under Coach Salter. So.
Got you. Where did you play college ball?
I did. I was supposed to go to Georgia Tech out of high school, but you know, back then we had the SAT. That limit. Some things I'm not gonna say on here. But
no, it's all good. It's tough talk. You be all right.
I ended up going JUCO. Vincennes, one of the top JUCOs in the country. At that time, and then finished out in Arkansas. So
But Vincennes, where's that at?
Vincennes, Indiana.
Okay.
Indiana.
Oh, so you left. Okay, cool. So you're originally from?
It's crazy. I was born in Wilson. I was raised in Rocky Mount.
Gotcha.
Now I'm back in Wilson.
Back home.
Been in Wilson longer than I live anywhere else.
Sometimes that's what it takes, man. Hey, everybody give it up for Chuck. Everybody give it up for Chuck, man. He on BP time, man. Black people time, man.
Get the podcast feel on, man. What's it doing?
Oh, no, come on, man. Listen, I got Joe behind me, man. So, you know.
We got Super Joe back.
We got Super Joe.
What what's up, man?
What's good, brother? What's up with you?
Hollywood Chuck. That's what's up with him.
Hollywood Chuck. Okay.
What's up, Chuck?
Inside that gunpoint, man. Stop it.
So Chuck, man, we just started, so you didn't miss anything, man. And everybody know Chuck is one of my co-hosts, and he very professional, play ball. We all know who Chuck Master Flex is. I was just introducing everybody, and they was explaining, their background, where they came from, and we're gonna get into the topic of the day, which is dads who coach their sons, right? And to just have some dialogue or some conversations around that. And Chuck, I know you ain't got no kids that we don't know of, you know what I'm saying?
All my girls. They won't play nothing. They won't play dead.
Chuck got a lot of kids, man, and Chuck, feel free to chime in. But the conversation is gonna go. If it goes the way I wanted it to go, then we should get a lot of content. Because this is not just for me. There's a lot of dads out there that's coaching their kids, that's going through some things. Some have some good, bad. I mean, I don't think there's no dad that's coaching their kid where the situation was completely ideal, right? Like everything was just always good. Like I don't think there's a dad. No way, no how. So. But we're gonna learn about it. I guess we could pull from each other on some other dads who are thinking about coaching their kids and what to do, how to let go. Whether you should keep them, some anxiety about letting them go. All of that stuff comes into play, and then we'll get into go in a little bit more deeper than that. So,
hey fellas, and we need y'all to. I know I ain't got to say this to the guys in that studio. They're alternate, but my co-host right here, I don't think he got his tap dance shoes on no more. But we don't want y'all tap dancers. So be real.
I don't know how to do nothing but raw, bro.
That's it. I wouldn't have came, bro.
Listen, I got a tap dance. He always say,
be real with these parents. Be real with these parents and these dads, because I don't think they do. Well, I know they don't. They're not doing things out of malice. I think they do things kind of out of ignorance and wanting their kids to make it that far. But like Mike said, just go into detail and read all that now, because what better example do you have except fathers? And of course, y'all got wives or significant others that go through it as well. Like, what it take to get there? Like what Mike said, to letting go and just understanding. Like, look, at this point, it is what it is.
Hey Chuck, I think you got two realists in here, bro.
Real.
Trust me. I ain't holding nothing. I won't do a podcast if I can't be real.
That's why I said that. That's why I said that. But I know I had to give that disclaimer. But that's why I said that.
He talking about me, right? Because he said I like to tap dance. Yeah. And here's my issue, right? Like, it's not about tap dancing. It's more so I work for the school system. I don't know if you probably work for the school system, right? So misrepresentation can be a big thing
for sure
if you say the wrong thing.
For sure.
So I'm looking at the end road, because once I get out of this school system, I'm telling you, it's gonna get nasty.
Yeah.
Then he gonna see what kind.
He gonna be sounding like me.
Yo, Chuck, why you do this to me, man?
Well, you doing it the right way. It's business. I mean, at the end of the day, you can kind of shine more light on it, though. I think they will understand that, and I think they will appreciate it too. It just depends on what you're saying.
Right. So like how I want to say it too, I can't say it. But so, we'll get there.
You can feed us notes, and we'll get it out.
I've just been giving Mike a hard time. I've been giving Mike a hard time.
He said you tap dancing. Listen, it's not tap dancing, but it's more. You got to be careful, man. One thing I don't want to do, and I never want to do this on the show unless I get to that, is sabotage another kid. You know what I'm saying? Or do anything like that. But tough talking, if some kids see it that way. Some parents will see it that way if you speaking the truth about something. So you just got to be careful of how you say certain things. You don't mean no malice or anything like that, but it's just when you say it, they process it wrong. So you just got to be careful.
Right.
Chuck called it tap dancing, but he said, "Then why would you name it tough talk?"
Right.
Trust me, right? You gotta work. It's gonna get there. It's gonna get there.
We got you, Chuck.
We got you, Chuck. Trust me, because Chuck be on here. Oh Lord, my man. Listen, if he didn't edit, all right, so.
That's why I got Super Joe, man. That's why we got Super Joe.
Super Joe helped me out a lot, because there was some stuff I said on here. I'm like, yo, Joe, in the middle of the night, listen, take that off, man. Don't put that. And he did a really good job, because I was gonna hurt some feelings, man. But first question.
Be quick.
And we can start. Matter of fact, what you want to go ahead? We go raw. So what made you decide to coach your own son instead of letting someone else do it, like in the beginning?
Well, I trusted me. Okay. Right? Like, first and foremost, I trusted me. And then, the area we're in, right? We're not in a big area, right? Okay. We're not in like Charlotte or Texas or something like that. We're in Wilson.
Yeah.
I don't know what the population is, but it's not very big. Mm-hmm. So, and it started off with Wilson Elite.
Mm-hmm. Wilson Elite.
Yep. Gotcha. Yep. And I always been involved in coaching too. So it was pretty much, it was easy for me. It's not like I gotta have my son. It wasn't like that. It's just, that was the grade. Actually, I was the assistant coach. Mm-hmm. And the coach couldn't make it to a tournament. Mm-hmm. And when I made it there, I coached them that weekend. And from that day, I never stopped coaching that team or no guys.
So did the head coach ever come back? Or?
He came back, but actually the head coach was the director.
Okay.
Dwayne Pittman. He ran the whole thing.
Okay.
And but he had 2 teams, so he kept the other team, and he just gave me that team. And I'm assuming because my son was on that team.
So how did Kobe respond to that?
He was cool because I mean rec ball. I had him like I always had him. For the most part. Yeah, training him coming up like from the beginning.
Okay. What about you, Mark?
Well, I mean, it's sort of similar to what Rob was saying. It's just, for me, it was just about, I felt like I was the best prepared to impart my wisdom about basketball, about the game of basketball on my son at the time. It was 2 parts. One part, he said he loved it. He acted like he loved it. Yeah. If he can prove he loved it to me, right? Because it takes a lot to prove this shit to me. I'm not just going. I'm not giving no handout. Right. You want to play this or whatever? You want me to invest my time in it? You want me to invest my life in it or whatever? And it's important to you. So if it's important to you, you'll do what I asked you to do. And I just didn't feel like there was nobody that I had seen
that was going to be able to give
him what I could give him from a wisdom standpoint. So, and eventually, you get to the point, like Rob was saying, you get to the point where you got to give the reins to someone else, and I eventually did that. But to start out, it was all about. Hell, I hadn't run into anybody that's gonna give him the shit that I'm gonna give him, because I'm gonna give it to him from love.
Right.
For real, I'm dad at home. Yeah. I'm coach out there. Ain't never your friend. That's the way I'm coming.
So at any point, what was the struggles behind that? Like, I know there been some battles in the gym, because when it's coming from dad, right? So you guys, I could say by default, the coach wasn't there, you took on, and then did you become the head coach, or did you? So did the coach, like, how did he feel about that? Was it like a decision that was made, or did you have like a good session? He was like, yo, you should do this.
Yeah, he was cool with it. Okay. Like I think, looking back at it, like, he probably wanted to do that anyway. Right?
Okay.
So, yeah, but he was cool with it. I was cool with it.
Got you.
And my son was with him. My oldest son, Nick, the other one.
Got you.
My oldest son in the house. Let me be clear. So he was with Dwayne. So he worked out.
So go ahead, Mark.
Because at a certain age, I mean, we all boys. We all been through that phase. Where it's gonna be certain stages throughout their growth from little to after they get out of high school, where you're gonna butt heads. So you asked about, what kind of conflicts it had.
Right.
I mean, we would have dark moments in the gym, but it was all about me just being truthful and honest with them.
Yeah.
Like, bro, look, you want this? You say you want this, you got to put in this work. I'm telling you how to do it.
Yeah.
You either want to do it or you don't.
Right.
If you don't want to do it,
go ahead. Yeah.
So let me ask you this question: Was it him not showing you that, or
no? He showed it early, but then eventually, he starts to get that mindset. Well, I've arrived. Like, no, bro. If you want to be prepared for every situation,
complacent.
Yeah, start getting complacent. So that's where we butt heads, because I don't think your work should ever decline.
Gotcha.
Right? If you got your head set on a goal, you should never decline in your work and your effort.
For sure.
And he got to a point where he got complacent because he thought that he was as
there
good
already.
As he was going. Yeah, he was there already. And I'm saying, look, bro, I'm showing you're not there.
Yeah.
Right? So,
but what was the result of that? Like,
yeah. Me wanting to snatch him up, like, we wanted to snatch him up. But I know, cruel. I'm not gonna be cruel to him or whatever.
I know.
But at the same time, we had some
moments,
tough talk. We had some tough talks up in there. Some moments. So that was the result of that. But eventually, he finds out. We all did it. Yeah. I mean, I have a dad growing up, but my mom was my dad and mom. My mom was just tougher on me than my dad would have ever been, right? Yeah. But so we all have moments where we butted heads with our mom, our parents, but we eventually find out. I'm trying to show him, look, you can, Negro, you need to find out now. Don't wait until you're 18 and say, damn, I wish I would have listened. I'm trying to tell you.
Because you can't turn back the clock.
Yeah.
You can't turn it back. So you want to get it in. I got you. I definitely can relate to that, man. Yeah. I mean, it's my situation, and that's why it was something that I've been dealing with a long time. A lot of people don't know me. I'm from New York. I went to school at Shaw, came down here, brought my family down here. You know, I don't know if y'all know, I played at Nebraska for 1 or 2 years. I ain't do nothing there, but I was there.
Right.
Played at JUCO, Paris Junior College, and all that stuff like that. So I knew a little bit, but coaching was never in the books.
Gotcha.
For me, it was never something that I had like, yeah, you know, when my son gets older, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to coach him. Never was that. So my situation came of, at first I had an issue with travel ball. I'm like, nah, I'm not letting this kid play ball, travel ball. And I mean, like, I'm gonna train him. I was nervous, right?
Yeah.
Not my first son, but the first son that I got playing basketball. So I just was like, man, like, you only get one shot at this. So you want to, you know, you just nervous. You just don't know what you're gonna get. And I come from what they considered, you know, the mecca of basketball. We take that with pride, so you got to be careful of what you do with your kid, man. You know what I'm saying? So I do remember being in the, and I'm not gonna talk too much because we got more questions. Being in a barbershop and by Shaw, and it was a guy in there. He was like, "Hey man, my man coach at Garner Road." I didn't even know what Garner Road was. I'm coming from somewhere else. Yeah. I'm like, "Yeah, nah, we good." You know what I mean? Like we not looking for no. And then the guy was like, "Well, listen, I'm telling you, man, this is where your son need to be." I'm like, "No, I'll look into it, whatever." I took him over there. I ended up taking him over there. I'm like, all right, now I've been training you since birth. You know what I mean? It's time to, you know, it's time to do something different. Get him to Garner Road and things. So I guess those kids kind of been together since like 2nd grade. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he getting in 4th grade, he hooping, and he's skilled, but he don't know the game. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like he's scoring on people, but he doesn't know certain things. So whatever happened at Garner Road, like we don't got to talk about all the negatives or anything like that. Whatever happened there, we didn't stay. Right. We didn't stay, and then we moved on to other different teams, and then the falling out, the actual falling out was with Team Wall, right? And I know you know me from Trez, but Team Wall was Corey's love line. Like he loved Team Wall. I mean, this kid was drawing pictures of John Wall. Wow. And I'm like, he's like, I want to stay, like, because he found the home. I don't know if you know Hester. Allen. I
was a coach on that team.
So we had came, so he was coaching there, and then for some reason, I don't know the business, they fell out. So Corey is giving me this look on his face. He's like, he in the 5th grade, he like, you know, what I'm gonna do now? I'm like, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess we're gonna have to get back to the gym. Right. So he looks up, he's like, won't you do it? I'm like, I'm not, you know, and I'm not Michael Jordan, but he said something that made sense. He was like, he doesn't really want to be a coach because of what he will expect of that kid. Right. Yeah. So I'm like, if you want me to be the coach, like I don't know if we're gonna have this kind of because you know, so I was nervous that it was gonna break what I had going on with him. So I ended up doing it. I came up with the name. I was in my office. I came up with the name Team Tough. I had him pick. I said pick it, and then we gonna just dive in it and see where it takes us. You know what I mean? But to talk about the back end, so we can move on to the next question. The ups and downs is the standards, right? Me coming from New York, we take pride in basketball. We take pride in losing. We take pride in the game. We don't cut no corners. I'm like, yo, listen, it's gonna be war. Like, you know what I mean? We gonna get in this gym, and if it's not what it is, you're not gonna like me. You know, you're not gonna like it. So there were times I'm like, man, I think, you know, Corey might not be because I like you wanted to do this, and this is the only way I know. Right. This is the only way I know how to do this. Like talk about 5 o'clock in the morning. You know, that's what I used to do. You know, I lived in a building where it was 23 floors, and I ran the stairs every morning. You know what I mean? 10 times. You know, you ever seen Through the Fire with Sebastian? Yeah. Something similar to that. So I'm like, Corey, this is what it's gonna take. But I think I put it on him too early, like a lot, a whole lot. Yeah. And then you know, I just, you know, but it was just tough. We had some dark moments in there. Yeah. So that's why I said, man, it's more to it than what we talk about, but that's just between me and him, and that's how Team Tough started. It's just we fell out.
So I'm just gonna ask both of y'all a question, I'm the host, but
no, you good.
Did y'all boys get to see y'all play?
No,
only on film. My son's seen games on film.
I think that's where because I never really had that dark moment y'all talking about.
Yeah. Okay,
because they saw me playing. Like not in like college or nothing. Okay. Just like pickup, and now I'm getting to it. Like I'm boogieing. Yeah. So I think they respected that. Like my dad know how to hoop. And everybody in the hood, in the neighborhood knew. Yeah. Like I was could hoop.
You had hoop cred.
Yes.
With him already.
So I think that kind of helped me a little bit for sure.
Well, he saw me hoop. Corey saw me play basketball. He saw what I could do. Like, there's a video on my page with him filming me dunking on people.
Yeah.
He saw that probably, I think he was in middle school when he saw that.
Oh, so then he was rough. He competitive too. I seen you.
Very
competitive.
Very competitive.
Yeah.
He he dealing with injuries and stuff like that, but he's he saw me hoop. It was just more so like, I don't think he knew exactly what it took, right? So when I gave it to him, I'm like, he like, yo, am I the only kid in the world doing this? Yeah. Like, nah.
That's the other side of it. I got you.
Right? Like, yeah, like that. Like, can I go to the park? No, maybe not. You may not. It's a sacrifice. So it's like, you got to let them be a kid. And I've learned that later on just by looking at other podcasts, watching other fathers. I'm very analytical, but it's just more so like, do you keep doing it this way or do you just pull back? What do you do? Are you going to destroy your relationship with them? Is it going to hurt him? Is it going to help him? You just don't know.
It's a delicate ass line to walk, man. It's a delicate line to walk. Trying to separate from raising a young, responsible man to be an upstanding citizen within the community, and you trying to raise an elite basketball player because that's what they say. I tell my son all the time, your father is the only person you're going to encounter that wants you to be better than him.
It's a fact.
You ain't going to run into not any other person that wants you to be better than them. Facts. But your dad does. And if you want me to help you or whatever, bro, this is what it takes. You might have to sacrifice instead of 5 hours a week on that game, it may have to be 2 hours a week.
Yeah.
You want this to be a hobby when you get out, or you want it to be a job?
And so, it's repetitive.
Yeah.
It's repetitive. Those things were told to me. Right, but not from my grandmother raised me. So my coach was the one that was telling me this, telling me all these things, and then I'm just kind of like giving it to him. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard being a dad and a coach, and then you training them. You also gotta parent them at the same time. So it's like, how do you balance that, right? Yeah. Like, how do you balance that without destroying the relationship? And because you could push kids away. You see the Ball family. You see, it's scary. It's a scary sight.
I got a question for y'all too.
We taking
how do you? Yeah, I'm taking over my part.
You good?
No. I'm not even supposed to be talking. You're supposed to be y'all.
In the concept of coaching your team with your son on it, that's a whole other beast. That's a whole other side to
coaching
it, or whatever.
The team
coaching with the team that your son's on, because you talk about balance, teaching your kid how to play basketball and teaching them how to work out and train the right way. That's just you and him one-on-one. But when you got a team of kids, right? You can't be partial. You can't be biased, right? How do you guys handle that?
That's one of the questions, though.
Okay.
So but we don't even got to go into it. Like, it's just like how have you ever been harder on your son than anyone else, right? And how did that work out?
And I'll say this, no. I coached. I just treated him like he was another player, right? Because I had to. I didn't give him no special treatment. I wasn't harder on him. If it was hard, it's just hard. Yeah. If it's hard on this kid, it's just hard. I just coach.
But did it ever come off to other people that you were doing that?
No, it came off as if I was like, why is he playing? He shouldn't even be playing. He's too young. And I'm looking like, bro, like, you really want me to say what I want to say?
Right.
But, the kid didn't do nothing.
What do you want to say, bro?
I want you to say that. Yes,
your son,
don't tap dance. Yo, Chuck, tell him, Chuck. Tell him, Chuck.
Listen,
your son some dude.
And not that they can't get better, right?
Right.
But at this moment, yes, my son is younger than yours because I always played him up all the way to the 8th grade.
Yeah, Kobe's a monster.
He was better.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to be like, yo, your son's some shit. I didn't want to excuse my French, but I didn't want to do that because I love children, bro. I love basketball and I love that game. But at the end of the day, don't try to play me
like it's not what it is.
Don't do that.
Like it's not what it is.
Y'all, if you
see, you see it.
Some parents are delusional.
Hey, what's the first episode, Chuck?
First episode, delusional.
Can we bring me back? Hey, bring me back. Let's do a part 2. But no, real talk. Like, listen, y'all are taking me back.
Oh, for sure.
But here's the thing. you're looking at this kid and you trying to win at the same time, but you also at that age, it really ain't about winning and losing, but I'm a competitor too. And these kids love to win.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out how to win. We're trying to win.
Right.
So they get mad. Oh, don't let mine turn it over 2 times. Take him out. Mine's turned it over 1 time. He come out the game.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, his
go.
rope longer.
Exactly.
His rope is longer.
Exactly.
And as you go up, and I think now by this time, I'm sure they have seen that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's just, bring me back.
Exactly. Listen,
Chuck, you should have been in the studio.
you should have been.
Hey, you right. I'm gonna be there next time. But that rope that you talking about, they ain't seen it. It's wrapped around their damn neck. Probably holding the rope like this.
Yeah.
Pulling it like this.
Yeah.
Like, you did this to me. They still don't see it. Because
No, we didn't do that.
Are they talking about your son or the kid that's better? You should be looking at him like, well, damn, he is better. He is carrying us. How can I get my kid on his level instead of like, what you talking about? Because that happens all the time. So it's just not like, bro, I'm not about to debate with you. Don't worry about it. Go about the business. Oh, okay.
And look, and I could say this live, right? I'm guilty of that, Chuck. I'm guilty of being the parent in the stands and seeing these things happen and saying like, saying something.
You close to his game.
But I shouldn't have said anything. Right? But as a parent, I do know how hard it is to sit there and just watch bullshit. Right?
But was your son better?
He was good enough to be doing more. Like he wasn't in a position to be doing more. Like it was just more so something happened to where there was a shift. And like I said, I don't want to go too deep into that. But it was like in the stands, when I was seeing something from a basketball perspective or a coach or a player, it was hard for me to sit there and not say something. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like, man. And only because I knew how much he cared about where he was at. So I'm like, man, don't do this. Don't do this now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now we adding some more players and now all of a sudden it's an issue with him. You know what I mean? Like the margin is a little slower. But I was wrong. And I admit to that. Like I shouldn't have said certain things, but I wasn't all the way wrong.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
Like we know that it was something because even the person apologized to me, but as a player and as a man and coming from the game, I shouldn't have said a word. Because as parents, we try to protect our kids. Like, I should have let them go through it. You know what I'm saying? Like I should have just like, let me see how he responds to this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of saying, yo, man, would you treat my son like that? Yeah. So it was a lesson for me. Yeah. And I've never, you know what I'm saying? Like I've never done it again because I actually became the coach. And now I got parents doing it to me. I'm looking like,
yeah, it's hard as hell to see.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, when you coach.
But to piggyback off what you're saying, I've had that with Corey, right? Like Corey has been trained since birth. So he's very skilled, he's very competitive, and he can hoop, he can play. Like he's been on a slump because of injuries. And we all know that. I'm not worried about that. But in the time that he was hooping on my team, I've had parents come up to me like, oh, your son, no, a parent told me this, and they might see this. Oh, I feel like it's a 2-man game. Because it was Corey and Nolan Rush, right? It was Corey and Nolan. I'm like, listen, to be honest, it is at the moment, because that's who we had. Like those were the 2 guys that we need. Those were the Batman and Robins, whoever considered to be Batman and Robin. Right. They both probably think they're Batman, but those were the Batman and Robins. And we would have parents come up like, oh, well, your son he turned it over, and my son turned it over. Well, why you didn't take him out? And it's a favoritism thing, or he took more shots. I'm like, listen, but you don't understand. You don't understand. Like and then you got kids who are coming to practice every day, but not showing up in games. Your kid. So you tell me what is he taking attendance? Like you get what I'm saying? Like how do you come to practice every day, but you don't produce during games? And then you got one kid who don't show up, maybe someone to talk, and he's producing. They was talking about that. But your kid is here every single time. But I can go deep into that. Yeah. I can go deep into that. So that's some of the battles. And then it's the jealousy part, right? So like you talk about winning. How do we win when we got people that's jealous of the guy that's getting it done?
I didn't care.
Right. It becomes. You don't think it becomes a cancer?
I didn't care. You can leave. Like because I was straight up and I was honest with everybody.
Yeah. Find one of them exits. Find one of them.
Right? Like I feel like that to this day.
Yeah.
If you're not happy,
leave. Just leave.
Go somewhere else. And I guarantee you, you're gonna be unhappy there too, because your son is not what you think your son is.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I've always been real with mine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this to y'all right quick because I don't want to interrupt y'all, but Mike Ryan, you know that we done been on live talk about it. You know, everybody be ready. I don't give a shit what y'all think.
Right.
But the whole travel ball situation, because it's available to everybody now. Remember we had this conversation, me, you, and another Rob.
Yes,
I wish you would go back to where you were selected. Where one coach, the best coach in the area, went from school to school. Then a lot of people it's gonna be a lot of hurt butts, a lot of hurt feelings, all that, because why didn't you pick my son? Because your son ain't good or your daughter ain't good. That's just what it is. Because before, when it was selected, everybody in that room didn't been a part of that era where you had to be selected, not paid.
Yep.
That's the red flag.
Yep.
You got to pay.
Yeah.
So if you got to pay, if you got to pay to play, then you paying for the wrong thing. Just be thankful that you're in a situation. A lot of times, like, it don't be the kids, it be the parents. Because some of them kids be content. They know where they at. They know where they are in life. They know where they are on this court. When the game on the line, they ain't trying to take the shot. They trying to find Kobe. They trying to find your son. They trying to find them. They here. So here go the parent. Why? And the kid probably like, Mama, why you saying that? Leave me alone.
That's true. And you can tell. And Chuck, you can tell them car rides home too. Them conversations in the car. You can tell when they come back.
The car rides. Guilty. Again, I'm guilty. I'm guilty of it. Like, it's just hard not to say something.
I think yours came from more passion.
Yeah.
I think it came from more passion. You really know the game. You know your son really have that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think that's where yours come from. I'm not saying all parents be wrong for thinking that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm looking at this kid.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at this kid and I'm like, what are we talking about? He dribbled twice and it's don't let him trap. Don't let him trap us.
What do you see? What do you see that I'm not seeing?
And
just leave him in.
And you trying to help him.
Yeah.
Like
just leave your son in the game.
No, you can't.
So, but what is that going to do for your son?
Film.
I think
a post, an Instagram post.
Come on, man. And you're gonna be mad at him, cussing him out all the way home. Why you turning the damn ball? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's just
we tried to take him out to coach him.
Yeah, you cussed me out. You.
Hey, let me. I got a question for y'all real quick. It's on this same page we on right now. Them conversations, like, because I have kids too, where I don't tell them to defy the coaches. I don't tell them to defy their parents, but I also tell them you're going to have to develop this part of your psyche where you just have to say, fuck it, and ignore your daddy, the coach, and play basketball. So for you two guys that have elite, and Mike too, because I'm the only one up here that don't have a son playing. So for you three, and Mike say he already guilty of it. So, with those conversations, how do you think your son either takes it or, came out from that day?
I just feel like it depends on what you say to him.
From what standpoint?
Like, I think, like, he asking, for example, how do I feel like Corey how does he leave after that conversation? What is his mindset?
You with him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All of us. Like, if you had that conversation with your kid, how are they leaving the car? How do you think they're leaving the car? I think it all depends on what parents are telling them.
Yeah, I think that plays a factor, but I also think it depends on the maturity level of the kid, right? All right. Mm-hmm. I mean, as a parent, if I'm coaching fourth graders, I'm going to coach 10th graders or 12th graders or college players a lot different than I'm going to coach third and fourth graders.
Yeah, right.
So from my perspective, I had to look at that when I'm having conversations with my son. Mm-hmm. And they may be a little bit tougher than with a few more choice words than I might have with another kid on the team who I'm coaching. Yeah. If we one-on-one. But it depends on their age and their maturity level,
like how they leave, like their mindset,
how they leave. That's gonna determine how they take it.
So I can almost only imagine, and you guys could attest to this. What are parents saying to their kids, right? I think like, and you could tell by the way they play the next game. I think you said like you could just tell how they come back to you. Go do you.
Yeah.
Go get 40. Forget about everybody else. Go do you. That right there to me is an issue.
Yeah, but we can tell though.
Yeah, we can tell.
And I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
You can come try to get 40. Yeah, ain't what you do.
Right.
Come over here. Come sit.
It's hard to get 40.
You got a fresh towel thrown in your face
and that's what I did, right? Like and I know, and like I said, I'm not calling no kids out, right? Because like Chuck says, a hurt dog gonna holler,
right?
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
A hurt dog gonna holler every single time. When I saw that, I knew some of those conversations was more like, yeah, you gotta come sit next to me, man. You know what I mean? Especially if it's like 3 people, 4 people on you, and somebody's standing wide open and you don't kick it.
Yeah.
You trying to go for 40.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that that's what your parents told you, but what are you doing? Because I know I didn't teach you that.
Right.
Right? So like you got Team Tough, a brand that we created, and you're doing these things on the floor. I consider myself playing at one of the highest levels. Like I never played in the league, but I played a little bit overseas in D1 or whatever. But I know that if I know the 3 Ds of a guard, right? Drive, draw, dish.
Yeah.
Right? If you're not doing that, then you're not making the right plays. It's gonna look like your IQ is low, right? If you're not jumping to the ball, on defense, if you're not talking, if you're not hedging, if you're not those things are things that we know about. And if some parents don't even understand why their kid got subbed out of the game, right? They think it's something dealing with offense.
Right.
No, I took him out because he's gambling, and I told him not to gamble. I took him out because he didn't jump to the ball and the guy cut his face.
What's that?
What is that?
Right.
He didn't box out, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like that was a second chance point. Like he didn't talk. The kid could have hurt his collarbone on the screen. It could have been for anything, but you thinking that it's that. But the conversations, and just to answer Chuck's question, I think it depends on what you say to that kid when they leave the car.
Yeah.
I think it's just that and the maturity level.
That and their maturity level. But I want to go back to what you were saying. I mean, the parents see the last thing that happened in the game, and they say that, hey, you took my son out because he made this turnover. You took my son out because he missed his shot. Because one of the things as a coach, and especially, I mean, it doesn't matter if my son's on the team, just coaches in general. And I want to talk a little bit more about that too. But one of the things as a coach that you got to consider is they're not looking at it from the lens with a perspective that you look at the game, right? So parents are looking at every situation. I tell my son every time, son, you got to be able to look, but you got to be able to look beyond the surface.
Yeah,
you got to be able to think beyond the surface. So what you see, I see a mic on that, but there's something going on behind that mic, right? So parents don't look at it; they look at what's going on right there. They saw the kid miss a shot, coach pulled him out. They said, "Well, you taking my son out for the game."
But it's always
and they're spitting that to him in the car.
Yeah.
You like, so the kid go in the game, he either gonna go in the game, he either gonna be successful at trying to do what he gonna do, or he gonna fail miserably. Right? Because he's getting the wrong direction, because he's getting the wrong perspective.
Right.
So,
well, I think it's gonna always be the coach's son.
And then the coach, as a coach, man, the thing that I try, like you were saying, it's hard as hell to go to a game, man, and watch anybody coach your son, especially if you don't think that they're.
It's hard not to say something.
Yeah, it's hard not to say something. It's hard not to be critical of every little, because I think good coaches, the thing I look for a coach is he's consistent, he's detailed, and he makes you work hard.
Yeah.
All right. I can put any kid, I don't care what their skill level is or whatever, I'm going to help them develop or whatever, and I can take what their accent, their highest skill within any system that I'm doing, because it's simple.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have to put in a whole bunch of sets to ISO somebody or get that kid his shots or whatever, because if that's what he does, I'm going to teach him how to understand when he has a mismatch. I'm going to teach him plays that'll get him in a mismatch if that's what he can do.
Gotcha.
Right? Sure. But the way I deal with the parents, it's up front. Look, I don't want to talk to you about your kid's going to play if he earns his play, and I hold my son just as accountable. Mm-hmm. I tell him all the time. I used to tell him all the time, you're my commercial. You're my commercial. You're my advertisement.
Yeah.
You come in practice half-assing, your teammates definitely going to think they can come in practice half-assing. Mm-hmm. If you ain't going to play hard, you going to sit. Mm-hmm. I'm going to set the example with you.
Right.
So you have no clue. If you're playing for another coach, you gotta lengthen that rope.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta lengthen that rope.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I can't be complaining if you getting your ass in there half-assing. So I'm gonna be 100 with him just as much as I'm gonna be about, if somebody's. Now, I'm not gonna let nobody shit on him, but I'm gonna be, just as honest with him about the situation as I am with the parents or any other coach. So.
Sure.
No, that's a fact. I agree.
For sure, man. I've lost players. I've lost players because I had that mindset, like, yeah, you can leave. Like, you can leave. Like, and because as a parent, it's going to, no matter what you say or do, it's going to always be a biased, position.
They're going to look at you like that.
Every time.
Yep.
Every time. And that's one of the things that I struggle with. Like, I might need a therapist. Is the biased mindset, like the biased perception of me when it comes to Corey. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just know what he can do.
Yeah.
I just know. Like, if I played the game, I'm not going to just, if he stink, I'm going to say he stink.
Yeah.
Like, no, he sit down, like, don't pass him the ball. Like, why would I make those comments? And then again, not that I don't know how to, like, I coach everybody the same. I coach him, but I do see myself sometimes being a little bit harder on him. Not intentionally. It's just, that's just the way I am.
You know what's crazy? I peeped you the other day.
Yeah.
At Laney.
Okay.
I peeped it.
Yeah.
I peeped it. But I understood it though.
Okay.
Right? Like, I got it. I understand.
Yeah.
Like, Corey, like, bro. Come on, bro.
For sure.
Yeah. So another guard, you know how all of them play.
Yeah.
So it's only so much you're going to say to somebody else.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Too much is given, much is required.
Got you.
Yep.
You the starting point guard of this team, and you go make that play.
Right.
So I saw you when you.
Yeah.
I saw it, Corey. I saw it, but
He about to
I
run
understood,
off the bench, right?
and I understood it. But
Yeah.
somebody else probably said, "Why are you so? What's wrong?"
Yeah, it's a bad. It's not a bad thing, but it's a more of a standard thing with me, right? Like, knowing what he's up against as being a small guard.
You show him film.
Yeah. We watch film.
I was saying, you might have to sit over there and chill and wait until.
I just told Mike this the other
But
day.
you know what it is? You know what it is with that? The film, I try to give him his autonomy, right? I want him to ask me to come watch film. Like, that's what I've been doing with him. Like, we have access to Huddle. We have access, but I want to see, and now I'm at a point to where let's see how much you love, or if I took it away from you.
Yeah.
Over these years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I snatched it from you by being hard on you, but you're telling me you want to be this high level player. You're telling me you want to play Division I basketball. You want to do all these things, but we gave you the fruits of what it takes. You got to watch film. So I want him to, and then I'll let him ask me to do that. I never let him watch film until he watch it with me, because I know he don't know what he's looking at. Right. He's looking for the crossover shot.
Yeah.
Nah, we got to look for.
You can go watch YouTube or ESPN for that shit. Like
all of that, all of that. But with K and with the team that we have now with Panther Creek, right. Like, I think you saw the game when Shawan wasn't even there, right? Like, it's that game was kind of like, all right, we could throw this one in the garbage, right? Because even Corey was playing to the end of the game, and the game was over. Yeah. You know what I mean? So he was mentally, I know where his head was at, but. In that moment, I'm like, Corey, even when Coach Rob is not here, you still got to be the floor general. You still got to play as if you're a reflection. You're an extension of him, right? But again, when I know certain things about him, it's hard to say certain things. And you probably see me like that because last year I wasn't like that. Last year I was, a little here and there. And going into the senior year, I'm like, I don't care now. I'm talking. I'm speaking up. I'm saying something because it's not biased. I want him to be great. I want him to be and he's got to want that, but that's just where my mind is at.
Yeah.
And I suffered in silence a lot last year and the year before that. I just didn't say anything. I'm just like, they say you're the expert of your son, but I'm also a coach. So, like, what position does that put me in? And I'll coach everybody. But Corey, you're the starting guard. You need to make sure that these things are in place regardless. Your rope is a little longer than Kev and those other guards. So that pass that you made when if it was 3 people on you didn't make, you should know better.
Right.
Get over here. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
And it's hard for me to sit there and not make no movement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm not gonna do that.
it's
I'm not gonna sit there and not make it.
But look,
Check it out, because Rod is real quiet. So I got another question.
He was just waiting to blow up. He was just waiting to blow up.
I want him to go ahead and blow his top. No, in the pause.
Hey, he stood up. He stood up after that convo.
Because I get it. That's what I'm saying.
Tough,
I get
man.
it. I'm not quiet over there at all. Because that's another reason why I'm over there too.
Yeah, and I don't deny that.
Yeah, that's why I'm over there.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm telling you, I don't know if you ever seen me, but I coach everybody the same way.
Yeah.
Everybody. So if you didn't know that was my son, you ain't gonna, you won't know based on what I'm saying or how I'm saying it to them. You just won't know.
Yeah, because you coach everybody the same.
You just will not know, bro.
Yeah, and being on a Panther Creek, I just feel like that's my position. I feel like people feel that way. So sometimes, like I said,
It don't matter, man.
I know, and I got to stop thinking that way because, like I said, you don't get that chance back. You can't rewind the clock,
and they don't care.
And
if you don't do it, if you don't coach, they don't care.
Yeah.
If you coach, they don't care to a degree.
Right? What did it say right here? How many fingers it say?
Look like 4. Yeah.
That's how long you got over there, right? So once that's gone, how many you got left? You ain't got before at that school.
It's hard, man. Like I've watched you coach at like the Wall. I watched you coach. I think I saw you. No, I didn't see y'all at Laney. We didn't get a chance to see y'all at Laney. Yeah, I don't think I get. Actually, I did.
You did?
I did get a chance because y'all got the tall light skinned kid when he caught the dunk.
You talking about this year?
This year.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah.
Even Deontay Neal dad. Like I watched him. Just the position, and I'm not trying to compare myself to them. I just
You paying attention to it.
Just paying attention, like like their roles and what's allowed and what's not allowed, and I don't step on nobody's toes.
Yeah.
Right. The situation I'm in, I was kind of asked to be in. Right. Really didn't want to do it because I got him on travel ball.
Right.
I'm like, this guy gonna hit my mouth all year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm a counselor at Panther Creek High School.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, I don't know if I want to do it, but there's some things that I could bring to the team. Like I'm really, really good in defense. So that's pretty much why I'm there, and also to coach my son.
That's when I met you.
Where?
You was on the sideline. You was a parent at the time.
Yeah.
He was at Trez.
Yeah.
I was coaching my guys.
Yeah.
I went down there and I was showing them how to play a certain defense. Your son picked it up quick.
Yeah.
So look, I told Rod before you came here, I said, yo, you know how I met Rod? I said he came to show Trez how to do shell defense. And I said, I'm looking at him, I'm like, damn, he's teaching this shit how I teach it.
Yeah.
So he knew exactly what he was talking about because some people don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So he knew exactly what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Like, I could have did that.
Right.
Lofton didn't know that I knew, but I could have did that. But I'm looking like, and I didn't say anything about that. I'm just looking like, yo, he knows exactly. I'm like, damn, bro, like, I like this dude.
Right.
Because, he didn't miss a beat. He talked about help side, jumping to the ball, how to turn people, close out. There's different philosophies, right?
Yep.
One coach might have you in the passing lane. One coach might want you back, right? It depends on who circumstances or who you have. But he was teaching it, and I'm like, yeah, this is good. Now, did they pick it up? Right. Sometimes they did. Right. It was hiccups.
That's all about consistency. They're lazy though.
Yeah, and I didn't even know that was his son. Like,
really?
I just saw a dog now.
Because he already did it. He was already dead.
But so I'm here. You gotta get here. So I'm like, he already know. But he was. As I was down there, I was looking down there. I was like, that dude a dog right there.
For real. Always has been too.
But I didn't know who you were.
I
didn't know that was your son until later.
Yeah.
Roland said, that's his father. He played such and such, and that's how I knew.
Yeah, that's one thing. I messed up. No, I'm a man of my word. You know what I'm saying? Like when it come to Trez, like Corey loved that team, and it was me. You know what I'm saying? Of why we was removed from the team, and me and Roland is cool. We pieced it out, we talked it out and stuff like that. But it was a lesson that needed to be learned. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta hold yourself accountable, and then you gotta understand who it impacts. You know what I'm saying? So after a while, we figured that part out, man. But I was just like, but that's how I knew you knew what you was talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, man, this guy, he was running shell. I'm like, all right, I teach it the same way. I'm a little bit more energetic. like I'm yelling and screaming, I'm getting in the paint. I'm actually doing the drills with them.
Well, let's be fair, right? I was just showing them. That was my team. Now, I'm on that.
Yeah, you on that.
Yeah, I'm on the same type time. Ain't nothing different. But I just wanted to show that younger group. I seen him doing something like, yo, maybe
like 6th grade, 7th grade.
Yeah, they was mad young.
They was younger.
Yeah. So, and I had like the high school boys. So I didn't want to, but.
I know.
Yeah, now if that was my group.
You would have got him.
You would have got it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to show y'all something. If you get it cool.
Right.
When I taught, and then we got like 8 minutes, so I ain't gonna monopolize it, but I taught shell defense one time at the Grand Slam. And you know how there's parents that sit outside the gate.
Yep.
Everybody came to the gate.
Looking.
And was watching like, what the hell is this?
What is he doing?
I was, but that's the only time I felt like I got through to the kids. Even with Team Tough right now, like when I do it, these jokers is wheelchair Knicks. Right, like it's just hard to get. I'm like, listen, man, like you know, but you got to be repetitive when it comes to teenagers, right? They got to hear it over and over and over and over and over again. But that group, and they wasn't even that good and that talented, but I got through to them. And the parent and everybody around, like people was taking my number down. They was like, man, I'm over here sweating. I didn't even know who I was at the time. Yeah. But I just remember how it was taught to me, right? Because Doc Sadler, that coached at Nebraska, he was a defensive coach, so that's where I get it from. Right. That's where I got it from, whatever. But he just taught it at a high level to where like you couldn't miss a beat. You couldn't miss a beat. But yeah, man. Yep. But
hey, Mike, hold on. I got two because I know we scrapped on time. But I want to throw this at for Rod especially. Mm-hmm. So check it out. Because Rod, we talked about this when Kobe made his first decision. I thought he was gonna be over there with my youngin. Mm-hmm. And then he had the wall and went out there and showed his natural behind, which was a great thing. Yeah. And then had another opportunity. Kind of give some insight on how that goes as far as, okay, we say we're going to do this, and then the kid does exactly what they're supposed to do, and that other door opens up unexpectedly. Well, I wouldn't say unexpectedly, but expectedly, but it wasn't, that wasn't on the horizon right then.
I know what you're saying.
And the sacrifices that come with, and all y'all can chime into that, the sacrifices that come with, because I know what they take, but at this day and age, these kids still don't understand the sacrifices that you got to make as far as, because, you know, I ain't really do stuff as a teenager. I ain't really take a trip. Our trip was, the travel ball trips and stuff like that. That was a vacation. Ain't going to this and going to that. Y'all hit on that if we got time to do all that too.
I'll say this real quick. I'll just make it short though. For Cole, it's almost like he got recruited twice, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. You know, the way recruitment is going now. It's totally different. Yeah. So he got recruited by the high majors. Yeah. And then once that shift happened, it really hit the 26s. It got quiet. Then the mid-majors came, and they wasn't sure. They were saying to me that they wasn't sure if they could get Kobe. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, man, like we just we open to whatever. We ain't looking down on nobody. So long story short, the Miz was coming. So we wanted to go ahead and get it over with, right? And so Kobe felt like he committed too quick. So when we went to the wall, he had a hell of a wall. Mm-hmm. It was amazing, man. And we talked about that yesterday and something else. But he had a great wall. And then so the high start calling again and texting again. So now we thinking, all right, hold on. Let's revert this thing and let's go rethink it. And we did that. And he was like, Dad, I just want to decommit. If nothing happens, then I just go back. But unfortunately, they didn't re-offer anything like that. So anyway, Charleston came through, man, and they was A1. So that was the fit. I mean, I could talk more about it. I just know we pressed for time.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. I met one of the coaches over there, Jonathan Holmes.
Oh, great dude. Yeah. He did the recruitment.
Yeah.
Great dude.
Yeah, they on Nylon Rush.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, Chuck. Also, Chuck, the sacrifice, nothing changed. The sacrificing is still the same. When we go on these, wherever we going, it's vacation. Nothing changed. We make the best out of it, for real. Like us and the parents go.
Yeah, we didn't have. I mean, I didn't go on vacations. I came I say from the sticks of Mississippi. Yeah. Like literally, it's 869 people in my hometown. So it wasn't no vacations. I showed my son the road I used to dribble up in the summer. the highways. Like I used to dribble up the road. I mean, and I showed him. So that's the sacrifice that I made, so that I could give him an easier life, right? And we all do that for the kids. But at the same time, I gotta balance trying to get him to understand that all you got to do is sacrifice a couple of hours a week, bro.
Just hoop, bro.
That's good. Sacrifice.
You got to sacrifice.
When
man.
you were talking about getting up, you getting up early or whatever.
Yeah, man.
I said, dude, before school, if you want to get up 2 days a week at 5 o'clock, I'll get you and I'll get up with you and take you to the school so you can get up. Won't do it. But where I got that from, you said he has to come to me. But you got to come to me. Yeah. You love it, you got to come to me.
So
sacrifice.
That's
something.
dope. Kobe do that. I never had to wake him up.
Yeah, see,
I had to wake him up. I got to wake him up. There's times I had to wake him up.
Man, I wish we had longer, bro.
See, I know. That's the thing, though. I mean, he's so young, though.
So I'm gonna ask this closing question.
All right.
What advice would you give parents who are thinking about coaching their kids, training their kids, and just being their coach throughout their college careers? Like, what advice do you have for them as far as when it comes to being recruited, all of that?
Well, I'm just saying, if you're not coaching them already, but if you're thinking about coaching them, you can't care.
Okay.
You can't care what other parents are saying or what nobody is saying, especially if you're doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Right. You can't just be about your kid now.
Right.
You can't do that, dude. That's really gonna show.
But you think that's, not to cut you off, you think that's gonna always be the bias though, because you're the parent.
Yeah. Others are gonna think that.
Yeah.
No matter what you do.
Yeah.
They're gonna think that. Like, I know I coach everybody the same.
Yeah.
I don't care what they say, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because you're still gonna think what you think.
Right,
and I can't control that.
Yeah.
So I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not even trying to care.
I got you. You just can't care.
I totally agree with that. I mean, I couldn't have said it better. You got to be consistent with. You got to have, as a coach, if you're going to coach your kid, you first got to have some sort of structure within how you coach.
Yeah.
And you can't deviate from that, even if it is your kid. It's hard as hell not to be biased. It's hard because you want to see your kid do well.
Right.
But if your kid's not doing well, you got to be consistent, because you lose the whole team, and you definitely going to lose the parents.
Right.
And you got to.
But and we got 1 minute, but again, there's a situation to where, as the coach, I'm saying like, Corey is one of the best catch and shoot guards, right? Like if you give it to him, out of 10 shots, he's gonna hit 6 or 7, right? Tough. He had a bad shoot. You're gonna have a bad shooting day. You gotta keep shooting.
Yeah,
look at Steph. But ask anybody, his coach Shawan, he's one of the best catch and shoot. If you give it to him out of 10, he's gonna hit 6 or 7 of them threes. It was a game or maybe 2 games, he just didn't get it. And I'm like, listen, he's gotta shoot the ball at least 10 times. I'm saying that to him. Mm-hmm. Automatically, I think I might have lost 2 players because I said that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
2 good players.
Did the parents hear you or did the kid hear you?
But the kid ended up telling the parents what I said.
That's what it was.
You get what I'm saying?
They already had what they thought about you anyway.
And that's why I'm saying like that
didn't help.
But I'm taking your advice for it. Like I gotta sneeze, but I'm taking your advice for it. I can't care.
You can't.
Yeah,
bro. We don't get to do it again.
No, you don't. You don't.
Especially if you know you're not doing it.
No feelings.
If you know that you're not doing this intentionally, it's just about my son. Bless you. Yeah. It's about my son. It's about my no. I'm doing this for everybody.
Yes.
It don't matter, bro.
Yes.
Because after they leave you and go to college, we don't have no more control.
It's over.
That's true.
Yeah, so you just got them when they come home, work them out.
Unless they sign me with them. No, I'm just like, hey, listen, man. That's the end of the show, man. Rod, thank you for coming through.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Mark, yeah, that's tough talk.
Thank y'all for having me.
Catch us next time for the next episode. Appreciate y'all, man.
Rod and Mark, man. Hey, part 2 coming, man.
Oh yeah,
no doubt.
Definitely. We're gonna get more time next time, man. It was a last minute thing. I'm glad it was flexible, but we definitely gonna put like a good hour and a half, maybe probably need 2 hours depending on what it is.
Appreciate you, Chuck.
Thanks for listening to Tough Talk. Real stories, real growth. Hit that follow button and connect with us everywhere on social at Tough Talk with Us, or follow Team Tough Basketball for more real conversations that build real growth. Iron sharpens iron.